Hi friends, this is Dr. Sneha Bhanushali and today I'm going to talk about PCOD, or it is also called as PCOS. So let us understand the difference between PCOD and PCOS. The term PCOD, which is polycystic ovarian disease, this term is used when there is an ultrasonographic evidence. That is, when on sonography report, the cysts are seen in sonography. The term PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, it is used because there are wide spectrums of the symptoms available and cysts in the ovaries are seen only in 15% of the cases. So why have I chosen this topic today? PCOS is the most common endocrine disorder among the women between 18 to 44 age group, out of which around 10 to 15% of the women show symptoms of PCOS and around 50% of the women go undiagnosed. In case of infertility, if the infertility is because of lack of ovulation, PCOS is the most common cause. So what are the symptoms of PCOS? Besides having cysts in the ovaries, PCOS patients can also have hair loss, acne, hirsutism, which is unusual facial hair, infertility, irregular menses, pelvic pain, overweight, and it also shows high testosterone levels. So what causes PCOS? In today's generation, unknowingly, we are creating a perfect environment for PCOS. Let us understand how. Because of bad dietary choices, bad lifestyle, because of junk food, weakened immune system, bad nutritious food, because of lack of exercise, which causes obesity. All these factors can cause PCOS. In some cases, genetic factor also plays very important role. So let us understand what happens exactly to our hormone in PCOS. So let us understand normal hypothalamic pituitary ovarian axis. It is going to be a little difficult for you, but I'm just trying to explain in very simple way to understand hormonal imbalance. So hypothalamus releases gonadotropin releasing hormone, which in turn sends signal to anterior pituitary to produce luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, which in turn sends signals to ovary to produce estrogen and progesterone. Now in PCOS, the entire hypothalamic pituitary ovarian axis is dysfunctional, because of which we see increased testosterone level in the body, we see increased luteinizing hormone and decreased follicle stimulating hormone. All these hormonal imbalances causes anovulation. That is, no egg is released in our menstrual cycle, which causes infertility. I hope you understood it. I just tried explaining it in very simple way. Let us try and understand a little bit about hypothalamus. Why am I trying to say this? Because so that you know easily that how workout, yoga, diet and homeopathy treatment can alter PCOS. So hypothalamus is a gland which is situated at the base of the brain. Hypothalamus controls our hunger, sleep, thirst, cardiac rhythms, emotions, behavior, parental attachments, etc. So basically it is very important gland. So let us understand how to diagnose PCOS. Not everyone with PCOS has polycystic ovaries, and not everyone who has ovarian cyst is termed as PCOS. Although USG, that is sonography, remains a very important diagnostic tool, but not the only one. So you can see on blood report, you can see FSH is to LS ratio, which is the hormone ratio, is increased. You can see increased testosterone levels on your blood report, and in menstrual cycle you can see anovulation or no ovulation in your menstrual cycle. Let us talk about the management of PCOS. Managing PCOS is very important because it has a risk factor of developing diabetes, developing cancer, etc. In allopathy, oral contraceptive pills or the metformin is used as a treatment. But actually, balancing mental and physical health is very important to cure PCOS. So friends, diet, yoga, workout and taking homeopathy will absolutely help curing PCOS. I hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you so much.